Young Diddy, Combs attorney Mark Agelo withdrew from pursuing Diddy's bail hearing after prosecutors presented damning evidence of alleged witness tampering. A leaked call between Diddy and his son Christian Combs reportedly played a pivotal role in the decision. The content of this call has significantly undermined Diddy's chances of securing bail. What exactly did Diddy say during this call, and how damaging is this new evidence against him?
Say not only is Sean Combs not entitled to bail, but essentially he shouldn't even get a hearing on this. And remember, Combs is currently in detention at the Metropolitan Detention Center out in Brooklyn, New York, after being denied bail by other judges. The main issues keeping him locked away are that the courts have held that the prosecutors have shown that he is a danger on the outside, he's a potential flight risk. Most notably was evidence put forward that he had been improperly contacting victims and witnesses in this case. And as we discussed on previous sidebars, Sean Combs' counsel has denied all this. They've indicated that all of those conversations were not done with the intent to engage in witness tampering or obstruction. And even, at least they say, one witness had contacted Combs, not the other way around. Well, the government has come out with new evidence of its own to justify pretrial detention. And let me just read you this from the beginning of their brief. They say, while attempting to evade law enforcement monitoring, the defendant has, among other things, orchestrated social media campaigns that are, in his own words, aimed at tainting the jury pool, made efforts to publicly leak materials he views as helpful to his case, and contacted witnesses through third parties? What? And that's not even...
Diddy's legal team is in turmoil after his bail was denied for the third time, now with an added charge of witness tampering. Call records from the Metropolitan Detention Center, where Diddy is being held, reveal that he not only attempted to contact witnesses directly, but also enlisted others outside to intervene on his behalf. During the bail hearing, the judge determined that Diddy poses a threat to both the public and the witnesses, further complicating his legal battle.
At the end of the day on Wednesday, it reads the following.
Diddy is reportedly desperate to secure his release from jail, aware that once the witnesses in his indictment testify, his chances of freedom could vanish permanently. A leaked document of his proposed bail package revealed that he was willing to pay $50 million just to be released. Despite submitting his and his family's passports to the court, suspicions that Diddy may possess a secret second passport have led the judge to deny his bail request, leaving him behind bars.
The team has said we're going to put together the proposed bail package. A $50 million bond, co-signed by him, his mom, and his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. It's going to be secured by the equity in his property in Miami, Florida. Home detention, his passport will be surrendered. The government said that's insufficient. They said, look at the charges, look at the weight of the evidence that I just mentioned. They said they have allegations that he and his associates were trying to tamper with witness testimony last year so that they wouldn't cooperate with the government. What do you take away about who has the stronger argument in terms of bail?
Well, I think his counsel has done the best they possibly can. I think bringing him there voluntarily is very smart, starts them out on the right foot. But I think the last thing that you just mentioned, the interfering with witnesses.
That's the allegation, yeah.
Yeah, if that's true, or I should say, if there's real indicia that happened, I think that might tip the scales in favor of not letting him out pending trial, because I think, and you know this, I think judges take an extraordinarily dim view of that, and that might be the factor that tips us.
The decision to deny Diddy's bail and keep him in federal custody until May 2025, when his trial is scheduled, came after a revealing call recording surfaced. The recording exposed what Diddy had been telling his son, providing key evidence that influenced the court's ruling. "We made a bail appeal." The prosecution alleges that in the leaked call, Diddy was instructing his son to take care of witnesses, referring to them cryptically as pizza boxes. Additionally, Diddy reportedly alluded to incriminating recordings, which he referred to as plastic, further complicating his defense.
I entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure You recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Pop. He ghosting.
What the f is this motherfucker doing? These things sweet now, cause I'm in here.
It's all good. You about to get out on bail.
Nah, hey yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie.
Alright, Pop. It's fucking crazy right now.
Everybody out there quiet as motherfucker around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have a laugh.
What about all these lawsuits though, Pop?
Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. Bunch of money hungry.
C's desperation appears to stem from the mounting evidence against him, including incriminating recordings that reportedly show him in intimate relations with minors. Despite knowing his communications are monitored, he has allegedly attempted to contact witnesses, underscoring his panic. Adding to his woes, 8 tapes have reportedly been handed over to the FBI by a close associate of his late ex-wife, Kim Porter. Alongside these tapes, an alleged document authored by Kim Porter has surfaced, purportedly detailing Diddy's crimes. Reader's note.
Those statements include descriptions.
Without the tapped calls, Diddy's downfall seems inevitable. The same tapes he allegedly used to silence his victims are now in FBI custody, freeing these individuals from his control. Multiple witnesses Diddy contacted are stepping forward, reporting his illegal calls to authorities. Some have also revealed that people close to Diddy have reached out, offering money in exchange for their silence. Allegedly, one minor was offered $100 million because they possessed the original tape of the infamous freak-off, adding another layer of gravity to the case. Despite the judge's ruling denying Diddy's bail, his attorney has announced plans to try for bail again. With Diddy reportedly determined to continue pushing for his release, however, this strategy might backfire. His focus should be on preparing for his trial instead of pursuing bail. Diddy has a history of allegedly threatening witnesses and attempting to manipulate them, alongside reports of his involvement in arson and even murder. Given these factors, the chances of Diddy being granted bail appear extremely slim.
Get bail. Now you're wondering why I'm saying that. See, they are trying to use some of the things that happen to criminals all the time, or inmates all the time. They always, brother, they always do those impromptu searches. And in one of the cases, in this particular case, they said that when they did the impromptu search, well, they took some of his legal information, and the judge ordered them to give that back. So I guess the lawyers are going to come up with a couple of new things saying that he can't properly, have his case be properly, what do you call it when they client get they client and lawyer privileges. He can't properly do his case with, you understand, with them constantly going into jail cells, searching him, taking his legal briefs, taking his information, and then probably using it against him. But I don't believe none of that to be true. I believe that they went in there just like they do all the other inmates based on the information they had. You got to realize this, bro. They found out that Diddy was using other inmates' phone cards. Now that probably happens all the time. You understand? And he gotta be probably the smartest, dumbest person that I know, because he gotta know that those phone calls are being taped. So whatever his lawyers and them come up with, the prosecution's gonna come up with something else. So the judge is gonna wanna know, well, what did they do, when they found out he was in violation of some of this stuff that he was doing? Did they charge him with something new? Did they take some of his privileges away? What has happened in the interim of him doing this stuff that they alleged that he done? So it's gonna be a whole forestry of next week, because what they did was they held off whatever the procedures was going to go down today. The judge said he's going to revisit this next week. So I guess, I don't know if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll find out what's going on, but it's going to be something that I think it may shock the world.